Strand Theatre, which has reached its 100th year this year, starting in July, and they're celebrating with a lot of big shows, trying to bring in some really popular Broadway productions and other productions that we normally don't have in our area. The Strand Theater is one of the few that do provide those kind of shows at that level here. The theater has been around for quite some time, and in an interview, we're going to talk about um, the history of the Strands and how it benefits our community, and personally why we should support these historic venues and keep them going. The Strand itself, it runs as a nonprofit organization and depends on patrons and its shows to stay operational, and we talk about the best ways you can do that to keep our amazing historic theater operational. So, you guys, it's a great interview, and I think you're really going to enjoy this one. I certainly enjoyed the talk. Um, Taylor Akers is also an actress. She manages the theater now, but she was an actress too, and she understands the importance. And you're definitely just enjoy, guys. All right, see you after. Today's guest is a representative of the Strand and one of the most historic theaters in the Shreveport area, approaching it is its centennial. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, hello. My name is Taylor Akers. I am the Patron Services Manager here at the Strand Theatre, which is just a really fancy way of saying I take care of people.
All right. So it's the Strand, 100-year-old centennial this year. Do you have any special events lined up? And what's your lineup for this year?
Absolutely. So the Strand Theatre, we try to bring a bunch of different entertainment to our community. We are the only venue in the area that hosts touring Broadway shows. So we always try to have something like that. This year, because it's the centennial, we decided we were going to really focus on the quality of our shows. Often there is quite a large quantity of them. So this year our season is a little bit smaller, but with bigger names. So upcoming, we have everyone's favorite classic, A Christmas Carol, and that is December 8th. That's a Sunday matinee, 2 o'clock. So great for the family. It's got music and puppetry, and it's the theater companies in Galveston, so just a neighbor over.
Nice.
After that, we have Ben Folds' Paper Airplane Tour. That's
Uh,
following Sunday on the 8th. And that one's special. The audience is expected to participate. You have the chance to write your song requests on a paper airplane and launch them to the stage. And
oh
he
my
will his lineup from that.
my husband's actually a Ben Folds fan, so I might have to take him to that.
Absolutely. We're super excited about that one. Just that interactive experience for the audience is really
Mhm.
exciting. Then we do have a bit of a break between that and our next season show. It would be the Black Jacket Symphony. We've had Black Jacket Symphony before at the Strand, but this is the first time that they'll be performing Led Zeppelin 4. And
Ooh,
that's that entire album in its entirety. So you're getting all those hits as if you were listening to it on its record, being
awesome.
performed by professional musicians, which is so exciting. We're thrilled to have them back as performers. And last but not least, our big musical is The Addams Family, which is going to
Ooh.
be on the 25th. So perfect time. Kids will be out of school. I know a lot of people have seen Wednesday on
Oh
Netflix.
yeah.
There's been a new surgence of Addams Family fandom. So we're really excited to have that kind of coincide and wrap up our season. And at some point, we will have a fancy gala birthday party. That date hasn't been determined just yet, but it's going to be a celebration of the journey we've taken to get to this point and the journey we want to take moving forward. So
Very
it's a big
nice.
birthday party and everyone's invited.
Oh yeah, I got definitely gonna talk to you when that comes around, and I'm excited to hear about the Adams family. And
Yeah.
the one thing that I've always liked since I was a kid, the Strand has always had been putting out shows. I saw my first performance, the first
Mhm.
thing, the Nutcracker I saw here, and I think Cats a long time ago
Yeah.
was here, and there was my first exposure to like plays like that, and that's one thing I think that's really vital that the Strand brings here is that level of entertainment that we need in our area.
Absolutely.
Um, so I wanted to ask you a little bit about the history of the Strand in general. Can you
Of
tell me
course.
something
A
about
hundred
that?
years is a long time to have history.
Hmm.
So we dubbed this season to be our centennial. It coincides with our 40th season as a performing arts venue. So we're kind of doing both at the same time. So at this point, 100 years ago, the Strand Theatre was under construction, being built, put together. It was called the $1 Million Theatre when it was being built. And that was with the Sanger brothers, two Jewish brothers, and the Ehrlich brothers, another set of Jewish brothers. So they built this theater together. And as far as we know, we are the only Sanger Ehrlich theater still in existence.
Oh, wow.
Lots of Sanger theaters throughout the country, one in New Orleans. There's one, the Perot Theater is another Sanger theater that's, just about an hour and a half from here, Shreveport. But we're the only one that's the combo.
Oh,
So our official birthday is July 3rd. We were opening July 3rd in 1925
okay.
with the Chocolate Soldier, which is a comedic opera. So July 3rd in 2025 is our official 100-year birthday.
Oh, wow. That's amazing, the history behind it, and it's a it's a beautiful theater. I don't know, yeah, if anyone here has ever been inside of it, it is
They
absolutely.
certainly don't make them like that anymore.
No, they don't. They definitely don't. It's and $1 million was a lot back then, like a lot of money
Yeah.
back then. Today we might not think much of it, but it would be a lot now.
Mhm.
So why, in your personal opinion, why is a theater like the Strand so important to our area?
The short answer would be history and legacy.
Hmm.
There's when the Strand opened, it was a vaudeville theater and a movie theater. So that's how it started its journey. And there's been people that came here saying that when they were growing up, they came here when it was a movie theater.
Oh
And
yeah.
now they're bringing their kids or they're bringing their grandkids. So the fact that we're multi-generational as far as a venue and memories is really important to us. And there was a point where the Strand might not have existed in the 1970s when movie theaters, as we know them now, have multiple screens. So the
Yeah.
single screen of the Strand was not working as a venue, and we lost funding, we lost patronage, and the building was too much to take care of, so it was shut down. And
Um,
no one knew what to do with her. She's a big building and only has so many purposes, and there was a wrecking ball across the street threatening to just break it down and make it something more useful. But the
uh,
community came together. Three of our community members in particular came together and said, no, the Strand is special, she is precious, and we have to save her. And they did just that. They raised the money, they got the renovations done as much as they could, and that's when we reopened in 1984 as a performance venue, and that's what we've
nice.
been ever since.
That's wonderful. I'm glad they did save it because I feel like, preserving historic buildings, especially like in our downtown area and the
Mhm.
historic districts, I think that's really important to preserving the history of our city. And we've seen too many times these historic buildings just go to waste and just not be taken care of. And then they either collapse or like we saw with the Drip Donut building, it had to be torn down because of
Yeah.
there was neglect on the care of it, it seems, and we just let these buildings just go to waste, and that building was basically only 30 years old. It was basically built 30 years after Shreveport was established as Shrevetown. So it was a very long running old building, and it was heartbreaking. So
Yeah.
if that had
And you're
happened
right.
to the.
It's maintenance is so much of it. Since 2010, we've put a total of $2 million into maintaining the building, taking care of her, putting in a new roof. This year, we just got brand new lights for our theater
Oh,
and the stage, and the lights that we had were hand-me-downs in the 80s when we
wow.
reopened. So not only like is are we celebrating this very exciting legacy of a season, but it's literally shiny and new. The lights are
Nice.
shiny.
That's good.
The theater floor has been repainted. One of the projects we did last summer was renovating our third floor bathrooms, which were never fixed in the 80s when the Strand was being put together. So this has been
Wow.
on the bucket list for 40 years of getting this done. So now something as simple as a bathroom, we're thrilled that we
Oh
have
no.
extra
I
bathrooms.
bet, especially when they're very old like that,
Yes.
You can only touch something up so much until, it's
Yes,
time. It's time to
exactly.
update. Well, that's awesome. So um I know that there's a few murals inside that building. Can you tell me a little bit about the murals there?
Yes, absolutely. Um, as a preliminary to that, I will say the Strand Theater offers tours, free tours to individuals, to groups, school groups. So all you have to do is call our office and schedule a tour. And that includes seeing these beautiful murals, hearing about all this history and more. You get to walk through the theater, get to walk onto the stage, see what it looks like to look out onto the audience.
Oh, yeah.
And we talk about our murals. The one that everybody gets to see is when they come in through the main doors, right in our foyer. Above your heads is a fox hunt. I don't know what a fox hunt has to do with theater, but there we go. It's horses, it's riders, a couple dogs chasing through a forest, and it is
It
original to the building. It's a
it's like
hundred
a
years old.
classic painting.
Mhm.
That's
Yep,
awesome.
it's a circular dome, so it loops around that space.
Oh,
It's
wow.
been touched up and maintained, but it is original. So that is a 100-year-old mural painting right there in the foyer.
Beautiful. That's
The
awesome.
other main portraits we have are in the theater. You can't really see them if you're on the orchestra level, but if you're in the balcony, on either side, there's three on each side, and it is six of the nine muses from Greek mythology.
Oh yeah, that was if that correct me if I'm wrong, but that was done by a Shreveport local artist, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. You won. You got the gold star on the quiz. There've been a couple different editions of the Muses, but this one that we currently have is from a Shreveport local. There was auditions of sorts to submit to be the new mural artist, and we actually, and in the process of renovating those third floor bathrooms, we found what we believed to be was her audition painting piece.
Oh wow, really?
The piece that she submitted as her what I'd like to do with the murals, and we have that hung up now in our mezzanine lobby. But she painted our muses, and the rumor is that she based it off of her daughter as far as the look of the muses. There are six of them. We have, of course, theater. We also have music. We have astrology. Sculpting is one of them.
Nice.
Um, if you go to our website or if you're looking in one of our programs, it gives you their names and a little background on which one's which. Some of them you can probably tell, stars, astrology, makes sense.
Yeah.
Dancing. So we're very grateful to have not only those unique and special murals, but the fact that it was done by a local Shreveport artist, and she did a beautiful job. We love them.
Do you know her name offhand, if I may ask?
Um, Something would. I'll find it. I have
Okay.
that.
That's all right. Let me know and I can add it to the article I write based on this.
Yes.
So additionally, you mentioned to me before this interview that you're an actress.
Yes.
How long have you been doing acting?
I have loved theater since I was a little girl. In preschool, I'm from Minnesota, and we did the little school plays that you would do, for the parents. And I remember doing the Three Little Pigs. And
Oh.
you have the adults with the kid in hand, taking them to their little spot, and they whisper the little line, little pig, let me come in, and they act it out. I was the merchant that sold the sticks and the straw and the bricks to the pigs, and I was very proud because no adult had to whisper in my ear to tell me my line, which was yay, yay. And I've been hooked ever since. I got my degree in theater performance, and now I am actually at LSUS doing their nonprofit administration program. So
Oh,
my
that's
love of
awesome.
theater is lifelong. I'm hooked.
That's amazing. That's great. Did you when you mostly did stage plays. Had you ever considered other kind of acting like movies and stuff? Just out of
I
curiosity.
Yeah, it's interesting the similarities and differences between theater and film. Theater is all about being loud and projecting, but film is the mic's right there. So, um,
Yeah, it's more about being in the character in the moment, I
yeah, it's a
suppose.
lot smaller. I've done a couple student films for friends that have been in film school, but nothing big. Certainly nothing here like the film fest that we have here.
Yeah,
That's
the
pretty exciting.
which
But
film
I love the stage for sure.
Prize Fest is about to kick off in like a week or so too, so it's going to be a
Mhm.
big week for that. And you know, I think it's great that you are working with the Strand in doing being an actress, and that must be a nice experience being able to look at that theater every day.
Yes, it is. It's certainly breathtaking. I'm lucky in where I come from has a lot of theater. Anyone who might be theater nerds might have heard of the Guthrie Theater or the Chanhassen Dinner Theater. Those are two very recognized theaters. Obviously, we're home of Prince and things like that. So artistry is very much in our culture. And coming here and seeing not just the Strand, but even the ballet, the opera, the Shreveport
Oh
Little Theater,
yeah. Oh
so
yeah.
much arts and culture in just the downtown area, and it's beautiful to see how many people come together with that passion for the arts. And I certainly didn't intend to be in the position I'm in now. I didn't expect that. So it goes to show that just really letting life happen the way it happens. Being an
Mhm.
artist doesn't mean you have to be starving and struggling all the time. uh,
Yeah.
I'm very lucky and grateful to be in the position I'm in.
Yeah, that's it's true too, you know. That's the thing about Shreveport is a lot of secret like art and culture that people just don't, well, it's not even a secret. It's just when people actually take a look at what's around them, they
Hmm.
can see it. And I think we need to promote more of the places like the Strand and the regional
Absolutely.
arts councils and the arts councils in general. And you know, I think it's great that the Strand is doing these bigger shows and bringing
Mhm.
attention to our area a little more.
And like you said, it's important as a location because it does bring in people. As a touring venue, I mean, we do host local things. We love our local dance recitals. The little kids in their tutus are adorable. But the fact that we get to bring in these big name people and have for many years is so exciting. And then the people in the surrounding communities, districts, states, they come and travel in to see these artists and see these shows. And so not only is that bringing attention to Shreveport and the arts community, but it's an economic boost. We get to
Oh
talk
yeah.
about how they spent a night at a hotel or they got dinner or went to the
Yeah.
bar afterwards or went shopping. So it's neat.
And get a positive experience of our area so they may come back.
Exactly. So they come back. That's what it's all about is we want you to have a great time, but we want you
Exactly.
to come back.
Exactly.
I
So
do have those muses, by the way. I did find them.
oh, okay, cool.
So we
So
have Urania, who is heavenly, Irato, who is desired, and Polythemia, which is of songs, and then the Hyla, which is flourishing, joyful. She represents theater. Uh, Tersope, which is dancing, and then Melopone, which is harmony. So there we go.
really nice. Did you find the artist name yet?
The artist's name, Donna Moore, and
Donna
she
Moore.
painted the Muses of the Strand, created by Donna Moore in 1993. So
Wow.
that's been 30 years now.
That's
That
some art history right there for you, you know.
Yes,
That's awesome. So, can you tell us a little bit about the social media and how people can follow the Strand and see what shows they have coming up?
absolutely. We are on social media. As kind of strange as that seems to be, a historic theater seems very old.
Oh, it's
Uh,
important nowadays, though, that
it
social
is.
media. Yeah.
So we are on Instagram and Facebook. Facebook, I would say, is our main social media, and that is the Strand Theater of Shreveport. Our Instagram is the Strand Theater 1925, and theater is spelt with the TRE at the
Mhm.
end. A lot of people ask us why, and the fun trivia fact:
Ah, it's the right way to me.
it's the right. It is. The spelling of theater with TRE at the end is the art form of theater
Mm-hmm.
versus TER is the building of theater. So like a
Yep.
movie theater is ER, but we are RE.
Yep. There you go. Thank you for educating some people on that one.
That's what my theater degree is for.
There you go. All right. So, is there anything else you'd like to say to our viewers before we go?
Absolutely. Thank you everyone for being a part of arts and culture in the community. It is so important. We are a nonprofit. Not everybody realizes that. We're also not owned by the city. We are our own corporation, as it were. So all of the care, the maintenance, the shows, that's up to us. We're not getting support from the city in their budget planning. We ask for grants, we ask for donations. And we ask you to come and see our shows because that is why we do what we do. I want to warn people as far as buying from false ticket sites, any third party ticket sellers. We are the only ones who sell tickets for the Strand events. We're not with Ticketmaster, we're not with StubHub. So if at any point you're looking up a show that is at the Strand and you think it sounds too expensive, call us. We do answer the
Mm-hmm.
phones and we will happily make sure you're not getting ripped off. That's not a Strand thing. That's a arts and culture across the country. Lots of
Mm-hmm.
venues are having issues with third-party sellers ripping off their
Yeah.
patrons, and it's unfortunate, and we can't help you. So better safe than sorry. You can come to our box office. You can come call us. We'll help you out. We want you to be happy. We want you to come see the shows.
Get it directly from them.
Yes. You
All
can talk
right.
to me. I'll be there.
All right, thank you so much for stopping and talking to me.
Thanks for having
I'll
me.
be talking to you guys again in the future, especially when you decide to have your big fall festivity
Yes.
for
Wonderful
celebrating Elle's
birthday
birthday.
gala.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk to you guys about that. Maybe I could try to come too. That'd be wonderful.
Absolutely. Everyone's invited. And if anyone comes to one of our season shows, the shows that I mentioned at the top of the show, we're also giving out birthday cake because we're celebrating all year.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much. And guys, remember, please support the Strand, support these local venues. We want to keep the arts culture in our area. It's what gives our city its personality. And it's very important, especially these historic buildings. We want to preserve them. I
Yes.
thank you so much and take care.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So that was my interview with Taylor Akers for the Strand Theatre. It really is a beautiful building, and if you haven't been there, I definitely suggest going. They have great performances. I'm kind of interested in going in the Adams Family because I'm a big fan of the Adams Family. So I just got back from a trip to New Orleans. We had a fun time. I probably am going to be writing a small travel article for you guys about New Orleans and what to expect and what to try to avoid probably while you're there. Um, it was a great experience, and we found some elements that I definitely want to talk about. I also will be posting some of those things on my Facebook page. You can find me under Brittney Hazelton or Syzica SYSICA. You'll find my art page, but also my professional page that I post a lot of random things, art included, but also my articles and other random things that I am doing, like when I travel or if I go eat somewhere, I may talk about the restaurant a little bit too. So yeah, check me out there on Facebook. You can also check out more of my interviews on KSLA.com under community and architects artistry. That's where I put all my articles that I write. If you just want to see the interviews and just the videos, you can check those out under the podcast section in Architects Artistry. That's all my videos. You can also find us on YouTube, Roku, Apple and Android TV apps, pretty much any streaming app you can think of. Look up KSLA. You probably can find something for us, including News 12 Now as well. Thank you guys again. We have these interviews, these in-depth interviews and Zoom interviews every Saturday at noon, and sometimes I also publish some mini documentaries for local artists. If you have any suggestions, email me. It's Brittney Hazelton. It's Brittney period Hazelton at KSLA.com. Just email me your ideas. If you have an artist you know that you wanna, you know, invite, get an interview with, or me to interview, or an event or an organization even. Um, I'm always open to any type of art, visual, performing, literary art, even cooking. I feel like a lot of chef prepared foods is art as well. So reach out to me, let me know. Also, support your local artists where at whatever area you are in. There are great artists in Marshall, Texas. There are great artists in Arkansas and the various parts, and there's great artists here in Shreveport-Bossier and in the Natchitoches area. And support those artists because they really build the culture in your city. You know, so especially in the events, even if you leave a comment to them on their Facebook pages, on their posts, or share their work, even if you can't afford to buy something, it's a support. That support means a lot to them. All right. You guys take care, and I'll see you next Saturday at noon.